Imagine zooming across California at over 200 miles per hour, over 3 times as fast as any car on the freeway. There's no traffic, no stress, just smooth, quiet travel through valleys, mountains, and crowded cities. Could this ever be possible? Well, that's exactly what California High-Speed Rail Project is promising. A revolutionary train system that's fast, clean, and game-changing for the state. And they have already started designing and building this mega rail project. But here's the catch. It's also insanely expensive and full of challenges. There have been construction delays, budget overruns, and debates over whether the project is even worth it. People are starting to question it. Will this thing ever be finished? Or is California's high-speed train just an expensive mistake and is destined to be called America's railway to nowhere? In this video, we'll look at the controversy behind the California high-speed rail and the engineering design behind this massive project. When engineers first set out to design this high-speed train, they realized it was not going to be easy. These trains will be able to reach speeds of up to 220 miles per hour, which is faster than most airplanes travel during takeoff. So, to handle such speeds, the train will need special tracks. Regular train tracks, like the ones used by Amtrak, wouldn't work. They would shake too much and could even break under the strain. To solve this problem, engineers are building a special type of track called continuous welded rail, which is smoother and stronger than traditional tracks. These rails are welded together in long sections so they don't have gaps. This means there will be less vibration for a smoother and safer ride for passengers and will be much quieter. But it's not just about the tracks. High-speed trains need straight routes with few curves, because tight turns could even cause the train to derail at high speeds. In California, this has been a big challenge, especially in mountainous areas like the Tehachapi Mountains, where the terrain is steep and uneven. To keep the route smooth, engineers are building tunnels and viaducts, which are large elevated bridges to carry the train through difficult landscapes. Fun fact: the California high-speed rail will tackle elevation changes of over 3,500 feet as it crosses the Tehachapi Mountains. That's about the same as stacking 3 Empire State Buildings on top of each other. Along with the problem of designing and building this system across California's variable landscape, engineers also need to consider making it safe during earthquakes. And as you can imagine, building a high-speed train in an earthquake-prone state is a huge challenge. Engineers are using special technology to make the train and its structure safe. For example, they're adding seismic dampers to those bridges and viaducts. These dampers act like shock absorbers, helping the structures move with the ground during an earthquake instead of breaking. They're also building flexible joints into the tracks so the rails won't snap during a quake. But while these safety measures are impressive and very much needed, they've added lots of time and money to the project. Fun fact: the first phase of the project will need over 500,000 tons of steel, which is the same steel as 50 Eiffel Towers. So, how much exactly is this project going to cost? Well, when the high-speed rail project was first announced, it was supposed to cost about $33 billion. But as the years went on, the price tag kept growing. With the design and construction issues, land acquisition delays, rising material costs, environmental reviews, and funding shortfalls, the estimated cost now is a whopping $105 billion. And some experts think it could go even higher. So, with all these challenges, people are starting to wonder whether this project is even worth it. Well, for now, the first phase of construction is underway. They are focusing on a section between 2 smaller cities, Merced and Bakersfield, which are in California's Central Valley. This part of the project is sometimes called the backbone because it will lay the foundation for the rest of the train system. But not everyone sees it that way. Critics have nicknamed it the train to nowhere because it doesn't connect any of California's major cities, like Los Angeles or San Francisco, at least not yet. Fun fact, the $105 billion price tag is about 10 times the cost of the Golden Gate Bridge in today's dollars. And if you adjust for inflation, by the time the rail is finished, the project could cost the equivalent of building 100 Golden Gate bridges. So, why does California even want a high-speed train in the first place? And why go through all this trouble and spend all this money on the system? Well, California is known for a lot of great things: Hollywood, beaches, and technology, but also terrible traffic. Los Angeles in particular is famous for its jam-packed freeways. But traffic isn't just annoying, it's also harmful. Cars release a lot of pollution into the air, which adds to climate change and affects people's health. The high-speed rail project is aiming to fix these problems and move people quickly across the state while running entirely on renewable energy like solar and wind power. The ultimate goal is to connect San Francisco to Los Angeles in under 3 hours, which is half the time it would take to drive. And since you have to spend time at the airport when you fly, it would still be faster than that too. But with these delays and cost increases, people are starting to wonder, will it ever get done? Fun fact, on average, people in LA spend about 120 hours a year stuck in traffic. That's 5 entire days wasted sitting in a car. Looking back though, this isn't the first time California has tackled a huge train project. In the 1800s, workers built the Transcontinental Railroad, which connected the east and west coasts of the United States. And back then, they didn't have advanced tools or machines. They relied on dynamite, hand tools, and a lot of hard work to carve through mountains and deserts. Today, engineers have access to GPS, computer models, and giant tunneling machines, which make construction faster and more precise. So, you would think that with all this modern technology, building the high-speed rail would be much easier. Unfortunately, this project is still proving to be just as challenging and just as controversial. Well, if California continues and actually finishes this project, the high-speed rail could have a huge impact on California, and for the better, since it would connect major cities like San Diego, Sacramento, Los Angeles, and San Francisco. It would make it easier and faster for people to travel across the state. But the benefits wouldn't just be for travelers. The train could also help revitalize smaller towns in the Central Valley, which often get overshadowed by bigger cities. For example, someone living in Fresno could commute to Silicon Valley in less than an hour. This would open up new job opportunities. And tourists could also visit places like Bakersfield or Merced more easily, boosting the local economy. Still, not everyone is convinced. Some people worry that the train might not attract enough passengers to justify its cost. Will it really transform the state? Or will it just be an expensive experiment? So, what's next for the high-speed rail? Well, this new system is far from finished. The project is being built in phases, and it could take decades to complete the entire system. Supporters believe that once it's up and running, the train will prove its worth. It will reduce traffic, fight climate change, and connect communities in a way that's never been done before in the US. California's high-speed rail is more than just a train. It's a symbol of what's possible when innovation and ambition come together. If it succeeds, it could set a new standard for modern transportation, inspiring other states and countries to follow suit. But critics argue that the project is too expensive and too slow. They worry that California might run out of money before the train is finished, leaving behind a half-built system that doesn't work. So, if it fails, it could become one of the most expensive mistakes in US history. So, what do you think? Will California's high-speed rail become a game-changer? Or will it be remembered as a dream that never came true? Only time will tell. For now, all eyes are on California as it races towards the finish line, one track at a time. Thanks for watching. We hope you love learning about the California high-speed rail and the controversy behind this massive engineering project. Be sure to check out our other videos on other cool engineering designs and projects, like the one about building insane underground survival bunkers. And remember to like and subscribe to our channel because engineering is for everyone.